as Sammy Smith considers how she could bring her ex-brother-in-law Paul Smith to justice. Jessica and Lucy Sims have to deal with a completely different issue.
So Vicky has been spending a lot of time with Carrie working on their new book. Vicky and Paul are thinking of moving to the mansion with Sammy Belmont so Sammy can be closer to the other two triplets,
causing us to begin suffering from empty nest syndrome. But I guess that is inevitable. I'll get it. Who are you? I've never seen you before.
My name is Paulette Conlon. Tara Conlon is my daughter. I understand this was her last known address, so now I am looking for her. Do you know where she is now?
You haven't bothered to look for her in over a decade, so why should we help you now? I don't think she'd be eager to see you.
Tara told us about how she was rejected and even abused by her father after she left the Catholic Church, and she never forgave you for that. I regret what happened, but I didn't do the rejecting or the abuse. I just watched it happen. But now my husband is dead and I want to tell Tara about it and ask if we can reconcile. Can you tell me where she lives now? She went to Boston and she is now married and also the mother of a daughter, Helen Sims. Her husband is my brother Jonathan, so we are Helen's aunts. And since you are Helen's grandmother, that means we are related as well. I will call them and ask if they would be willing to meet you.
Hello.
Jonathan, this is Jessica. Is Tara there? Her mother has come to us and is asking to see Tara. She says Tara's father has died.
One moment. Tara, are you willing to talk to your mother? She has news for you. Okay. Go ahead and give Mrs. Conlon Tara's phone number. Then Mrs. Conlon may call her.
Mother, is that you?
Yes, honey. It's so good to hear from you again.
I have missed you. If you missed me so much, why take so long to try to reconnect with me? I hurt so much being cut off from you. My mother.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't go against your father. He was the head of the household, so I had to be obedient to him. But now he is dead and I have to move on without him.
That's bullshit. I can tell you right now that if Jonathan disowned Helen for anything dealing with religion, I'd divorce him rather than join him in rejecting my own daughter. You do know I mean that, right? The bond between a mother and daughter must be considered sacred. Do you really think I should forgive her? He says we should at least give you a chance to meet your granddaughter Helen. But you'd better treat her right. She's never had a grandmother before and I want her to never be hurt by someone who is a relative. Now I will send you a text message with our home address. I hope we don't regret this.
Did your mother ever abuse you as a child?
No, but she did nothing to stop the abuse either. A mother's first instinct should be to protect her child from harm, no matter what.
You're right. But I never knew my own Catholic grandparents growing up, so I think it would be good for Helen to know her grandmother Conlon. Especially considering her grandmother Sims died before she was born. I still miss her.
So, are we going back to Texas to see my mother?
Sure, and not just her, of course. My sister, her wife, and our two nieces too. As long as we can keep our family ties strong, the children of the family will have a healthier upbringing.